Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Nikita Ross. I'm here today with Taurea Avant. She just relocated from Atlanta, Georgia, moved to Houston, Texas, but she's here today to share with us her new movement, the Urban CEO. Welcome, Taurea.
Well, thank you, Nikita. I appreciate you inviting me here. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
So we met online through DM
Yes, yes.
and started talking, and she had an upcoming event, and she was telling me that she really wanted to be a sellout success, and I could definitely attest to that after just doing the Fearless Female Retreat. And I know how it is trying to get local support and get different people to support you and rallying everybody up the week of.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring her on today so we can spread awareness about her group, about her event this weekend, and also just spread more awareness about your organization, what you're doing. So please tell us more about the Urban CEO.
Well, absolutely. Well, I guess in order to tell you about really like how Urban CEO came into fruition, I have
Okay.
to really explain what I've seen through these years. I've been a coach now since 2014 full time, and I started off doing other things. I was a tripreneur, so I've tried all types of stuff as far
Okay.
as business.
So give us some ideas of some things
Oh,
you've tried.
you
Come
ready?
on, we
Are
ready.
you ready? Okay. Well, I used to sell well, I tried to sell insurance. Remember, everything is tried.
Okay.
Tried to sell life insurance. I was a bail bondsman. I sold
Okay.
knives, vacuum cleaners, did door-to-door sales. I mean, I was in a travel agency company one time, didn't realize what it was or none of that. And so, like, I have literally tried so many different things, but I would give it about a good 30 days and quit. So, it wasn't until my father actually passed away. And that really was what I call a paradigm shift. Things changed for me. My mom had already passed away when I was 11 due to cirrhosis of the liver. And so now I'm 26 years old, just recently graduated from college a few years before, and my father passes away from cancer. And so for me, I had always been that one wanting to be an entrepreneur, but I never really gave it like a full shot. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. You try stuff, you make up all these excuses when times get better, et cetera, et cetera. And when he passed, it was kind of like, all right, tomorrow's not promised. And if this is really what you want to do, you need to do it. So I made a decision. I was living in Virginia, where I'm from. I moved to Atlanta a month afterwards. And that's where I started my journey, where I was like, okay, we're going to make this happen. And I haven't worked a job since then, since I moved. And so I got into network marketing, which did really good for me, even though in my mind, I was like, hated that industry. I never want to be in the industry. But I learned a lot about coaching. And so I got into coaching in 2014, and that's when I started helping people to develop multiple streams. Now, in the process, a lot of the things that I learned, especially when we're talking about people from the urban community, and this is not a race thing. What I mean by urban is anybody who has a connection to that community, and all of us know what that is, right? But I started coming across so many people who maybe they would say, Taurea, I don't talk the way you talk. When my girl Adrian Bell would say code switch. I can code switch on you real quick. I don't talk like you talk, or I don't know, I'm not comfortable being around certain people like the way you tell us to go get around these rich people and stuff. Like, I'm not from that environment. I don't really know all about that. And so, when you come from the urban community, a lot of times what you have to look up to is, jobs that are not, or let's say positions that are not necessarily most favorable, right? Is if you want to make good money. So that was one thing. And I wanted people that come from the urban community to feel comfortable. I like wearing t-shirts and jeans, and wearing t-shirts and jeans has helped me to make multiple six figures. I don't got to dress up. And if you want to be an entrepreneur and be comfortable in your own space and build that type of I guess you could say, an environment, then you can do that. Like, you don't need to let what other people are telling you should and should not do keep you from what your vision is telling you.
Okay.
So urban stands for unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. I love that acronym, and I'm really excited about what we're going to do with Urban CEO. We have a couple of things in store as far as the community itself.
So with the Urban CEO, you say you started coaching. The Urban CEO Network is your nonprofit.
Yes,
So what does your nonprofit do?
very
Because
good.
coaching is one thing, people pay you to coach, but nonprofit, you're giving back. You have different summits, seminars, workshops,
Absolutely.
and things that you do to help people who can't afford coaching.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest challenges, because my coaching packages are not cheap, right? Or
Right.
I will say it's just it's based on who I'm talking to, because some people it's affordable and some people it's not.
Right.
So Urban CEO, we have our ABC initiative right now. So the first is our academy. In the academy, some of the things that you're going to learn can be anywhere from, different ways that you can make money. we need to start understanding that every single thing around us right now, there's people making millions off of linen. There's people making millions off of these clocks. There's people making millions that created these chairs. We've got to start thinking outside the box and stop being so linear. Okay, everybody's a coach now, so let's be a coach. No, you can make some money doing other things that you love to do. So we want to be able to expose our community to other ways to make money. We want to help you to properly set up your businesses, right? You know, a lot of us, we're not winning in business because we're not properly set up. We don't know how to get business credit. We don't even understand it. We got these people running around saying you can get business credit. You don't need to have personal credit. You do. We need to make sure all of that's in place, right? And so we want to set you up the right way. That's what our academy is all about, even from stuff with understanding the mindset and things like that. So that's the academy. B stands for barter. Now, the urban community, we don't like to barter. Right? And I think it's because we don't really understand what bartering is. I went to an event that was in Atlanta called the Hope Global Forum, which, by the way, you got to go next year. I'll hook you up. I'll let you know details. It's amazing. Like millionaires, billionaires, CEOs of anything you can think of, from all the banks in the world, like all the top banks to Delta, they're all walking around. So anyways, it was a young lady who started this yoga studio. And she was saying that she didn't have the money to really do everything. Like the things we don't think about, like cleaning the studio, maybe marketing. We're thinking like we need to spend money to market. Well, what she did was an exchange of her like membership. You can get a membership to her studio. Then she would be able to get those services. Like she would have somebody come in and clean in exchange for giving them membership. That's what bartering is. And so we have to learn as a community how to barter effectively. Here's a prime example. Let's say you're a makeup artist. You know, I like to just wake up and go. I put a little eyeliner on for you today. But
thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate you.
Yes. But let's say you're a makeup artist, right? And you want to build your clientele. You can find someone who sells like custom jewelry, right? And let's say you go to that custom jewelry person and you say, look, I want to do, let's do a photo shoot. I'll do the makeup of your models for free in exchange for your jewelry minus the cost that it costs you to make the jewelry. So let's just say the jewelry's $100, but it costs you $20 to make it. So that's an $80 credit. So in exchange of that $80 credit, I'm going to do your makeup. But guess what? That also could potentially put me in front of new clients that I'm doing. But here's the gotcha. Now you're separating yourself as a makeup artist because everybody that comes and gets the face beat, they also get a custom jewelry piece that they can have with their makeup. Now you really killing the game because who else is offering things like that? You know, like, okay, I'm going to give you some jewelry with your makeup. So this is how you can barter your services. But the key is also having that community of people to barter with. So that's what we also provide. And then C stands for CDFI, which is our Community Development Financial Institute. So we are partnering with banks, with lenders, angel investors, because we want to be able to have people in our community to be able to get money. Some of us, a difference of $10,000 could help us to build a six-figure business. But we also need to know, what do you need money for? Some of us think we need money, but you really need resources. So we want to make sure that we set you up so you understand what you need to build that business. And if you do need the funding, not only will we get you right as far as established, but we also want to then put you in front of the right lenders. And because we're building these relationships with these lenders, we're like, look, we've set them up. They have their business plan. They have this. They got their, all the stuff they need to have, their registration, all of that. So they're going to be able to be more, it'll be a better opportunity for them to be accepted for funding. So that's our ABC initiative.
I like that.
Well, thank you, girl.
No, that's really good stuff. How would someone get connected with the Urban CEO? That's a lot of valuable information.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we go in business and you're just figuring it out along the way. You're figuring it out along the way. And getting a business loan and getting financing and getting additional resources, and I don't mean money, isn't as easy as people think it is.
No, it's not.
Just because you open a business don't mean people coming in.
No.
Just because you open a business don't mean people go, and your cakes are delicious, don't mean people going to buy them.
True,
you know
indeed.
what I mean?
True, indeed.
So just getting the word out there and building relationships and partnerships. Partnerships and relationships are very valuable.
Yes.
Very, 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 very valuable. And I've learned that even in my industry, working in the beauty industry, just relationships with my vendors, with product companies, photographers, makeup artists. There's so many different partnerships that you need.
Definitely. Partnerships are essential, and we got to stop thinking we can do everything by ourselves. We can't. We need to find people to partner with.
We do. And like you said, the bartering, there's value in bartering.
Girl, I didn't know, because I was one of those people. I was like, I'm not finna be doing stuff for free. I need to get paid. But when you look at it, it's like, oh my God, Taurea, like you've missed out And there's other communities, this is all they do. They barter and they get to the money.
Cause think about it. If you give away $100 service, just say the service is $100 or even $200, but by giving it away, it'll put you in an audience of 200 people. And 200 people that you wouldn't get the opportunity to meet.
Hello.
Do I want to connect with these 200 people? Or do I want the $200? It's like short-term goals and long-term goals. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Seeing the big picture. And for me, I understand the value of being put in front of 200 people with disposable income.
Hello.
That's the key.
Disposable.
200 people with disposable income that I know that if I don't have this opportunity, more than likely, I probably won't meet one or two of these people.
Right. Now, and then, you know what you just said as well, meeting one or two. So some people will say, well, but I did that and I didn't even get no clients from it, right? Well, the next thing is you need to know how to be effective with it. Like, okay, so if you get exposure in front of if they're saying, okay, I'm going to put you in front of my people at my event, well, you need to tell them what it is that you are requiring, how you are put in front of those people. So I'm gonna need to be able to speak or something, or I need to be able to, this is what I need for you to do so that it can be effective if I get in front of these 200 people. Mm-hmm. Don't blame that person because maybe they didn't know what they were doing. You should know how you should be exposed to the people as well. True. And that's what we want to make sure that, like you're being effective with those exposures.
More than a business card.
Hello.
Yes.
Like,
that's not enough. That's not enough. Can I get a formal introduction? Or just, you give me an introduction, I can close the deal. You know what I mean? So that's so true. So how does someone get connected with the Urban CEO Network?
Absolutely. Our website is urbanceonetwork.com, and that's where you can also learn more about the Academy. Now, the Academy, there is a small fee for it. It's a monthly fee, but you can join for free for 3 days just so you can get a chance to see it. But it is urbanceonetwork.com, and you can also see about our summit that's coming up on Sunday, right, and then all future events. So just go to Urban CEO Network, and you can follow us on the gram. We're on Facebook, and it's all Urban CEO Network.
So the Urban CEO Network, the summit this weekend, what should guests expect from the summit?
Well, one thing is we do have panelists of some movers and shakers that are here in Houston, Texas. And so I wanted to make sure that we could bring in some people that I know that are doing great things. Mm-hmm. But this won't be the last time that you see other movers and shakers. On this panel, we definitely want to be able to have conversations, like real conversations. What are some of the marketing things you did to build your business? What did you do to launch? What are some of the things you do when, you having problems with your man or your girl? And you trying to build, I want to have real candid conversations. I hate going to events and they say, well, what did you do to build your business? And they say, I just believed. No, I need some steps. Mm-hmm. Well, give me a couple steps, at least hook a sister up, right? We also have our bankers, they're going to be there. And so we're doing a panel discussion with them to talk to our attendees on how can you get some money? How can you really come in front of, whether it's a banker or a small organization where they may be giving you $500 to $1,000, how can we get this money? What do we need to do? And what's available? Because we're out here struggling and we don't need to. And another thing, Nikita, I personally believe a lot of people in the urban community, because I know most of us, we were taught about credit, we don't get taught about credit. So I know people who actually have good credit because they don't buy nothing on credit, right? Mm-hmm. Everything is just on the low. And so you're sitting around with a great credit score and you could build up a business profile, and you never know, within a matter of few months, you could be able to get funded to invest into your entire business. And so these are things we just don't know. And it's time that we know.
No, knowledge is definitely power. Mm-hmm. Definitely power. So the panelists, the bankers, you have any vendors that'll be at this event?
Yes, we do. We do have some local business vendors, and we have some vendors that are actually coming in from out of town. So, we definitely want you to support those small businesses. And all registered guests, we have swag bags, so nice little gifts that we have gotten as well. Our VIPs, they get a copy of a brand new book that we have coming out called Life of an Entrepreneur. Okay. And they get a Urban CEO t-shirt because we want you to rock the brand. I promise you, rocking the Urban CEO shirt.
Stand up, let us see your shirt.
Yes, darling. Hello. Let me see.
Yes.
Let me
okay.
See. Yes, darling. You see. Now this is the new tank top edition. Okay. And so as you can see down at the bottom, it also says unapologetic, real bold, action oriented, and non-conforming. Every time I rock this, people are like, "Oh, that's nice. What do you do?" And so I like to rock shirts that'll cause people to want to speak to me.
Create the conversation.
Absolutely.
Create the conversation. I always tell people that I'm not going to solicit it, but if you start it, we're going to talk.
We're going to finish it, right?
Yeah, if you start it, we definitely going to finish it. So no, and definitely when you are a entrepreneur, I think we should always rep our brands. Some kind of way. some kind of way. You know, you might not want to wear your urban entrepreneur shirt every single day, but even when you don't wear that shirt, you look like your brand. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So when people start asking you questions, what do you do for a living, this and that, it's like, oh, I have this business, I do this, I do that. So many times conversations are started and they don't know where it's going to lead.
Child, wait a minute. That's so good too, right? Where is it going to lead? You have no idea. You could walk in front of the other day. Case in point, I was getting some more T-shirts printed. That's another thing I teach. I teach people you should have your own. You should be rocking your own brand, right? Wear your own T-shirts. Stop wearing all this other stuff that ain't paying you. But anyway, so I was rocking my T-shirt, and I was at the T-shirt place, and the guy, he didn't know nothing about Urban CEO. He just saw me wearing a shirt. He followed me outside the building once I had got my shirts, and he was like, "Is this your business? You know, this Urban CEO thing? Is this what you do?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, long story short," he was like, "Well, do y'all accept money? Like, if I wanted to give y'all $10,000, hello, yes, we do.
Yes,
by
we
me
do.
rocking a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
So you just never know. Guys, where I wear my shirts every day. If it's not this, I'm wearing my authorpreneur shirt, or I might even be rocking somebody else's shirt because I love to wear other people's shirts too.
Tell me about the 2 books you brought today.
Yes. So The Life of an Entrepreneur, this is actually a collaboration book. This is just the prototype. So the official ones are getting printed now. We have 8 authors that are in this book. So 8 different authors who joined us in this book. They're all entrepreneurs, and they're just sharing their journey of entrepreneurship. We also included some of our urban CEOs, some of our executive board members who are in the book too. One of the things I love doing is collaboration books. I find that most people, when I'm telling them you need to write a book, it's very intimidating. It's like, oh, Lord, I don't got time. And so what I do is we create these collaboration opportunities so you can contribute a chapter. What's cool about everybody's book, though, is that they're all going to have their names on the cover. It'll be their bios on the back, so it'll be a customized cover.
Per author.
Exactly. So they still got to call you an author, even though it's one chapter, right? And so we have a book launch, actually, that's going to be Saturday. A networking event and book launch at 5115. So that's a free event. You can come on out to that.
Saturday, what time?
From 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
Yes, and 5115 is cute now. So, it's real sexy at Saks Fifth Avenue. So we're going to be real fancy up in there on that day. And then this one, Write a Book for Business in 30 Days. I actually discontinued that book, but that's just one of the 15 books that I've personally written. And of course, my passion is really helping people to build multiple streams of income. I believe every business owner should be an author. But the key is learning how to use a book that can bring in more business to your services as well as additional products. So this is just an example of one of the books that I created. And sometimes I'll use this as like a giveaway. A lot of people ask me, they say, Taurea, how many books have you sold? I don't know, but I know how much money I've made as a result of being an author. I leverage it to life, not to death, but to life.
Leverage it to life.
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all noticed that today you talked about multiple streams of income.
Yes.
So would you be willing to share with the audience your different streams of income?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Absolutely. And remember, y'all, we have multiple bills. We should have multiple streams, because if we just have our eggs in one basket, what happens when that whole basket breaks? And that's happened to me before. It's not fun. It's
No,
not
it
fun.
isn't.
You make it 6 figures and then everything, the boo-boo hits the fan.
Oh, no, I'm a hairstylist, and that is really, really what I do.
Right.
And I dislocated my wrist 3 months ago. Well, almost, it'd be 1 more week, it'd be 3 months.
Wow.
And so that was a real life, altering experience. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like cancer or anything like that, but it shook some things up.
You need that to do your job.
It shook some things up. So, having all your eggs in one basket and having most
of it in
one basket. So,
Ooh.
yeah, even though you may have a few other things that you do, some other things that I do that they don't pay like this pays,
Yeah.
So you're right. And so being at home definitely gave me an eye-opening experience. Like, you know what? When you go back to work, yeah, that's great that you're going to go back full force and excited now.
Yeah.
Because you've been off for
Grateful
so long.
Too, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The attitude is so different, The attitude is different. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm so ready to go back. But not only that, when I go back, it's like, no, when I go back, I cannot have 90% of my income coming from here and 10% from over here. Or even 85%.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I got to shift this thing to even 50% would be good, but not 80 to 90%.
It's very scary.
It is very scary, and 10% over here is not going to pay the bills.
Absolutely. And and then with you being an entrepreneur, it ain't no like, if I don't come in, I'm still gonna get a check.
Exactly.
I got leave No, you
Exactly.
don't have to leave.
Exactly. And I just
Yeah.
thank God for my community of family and friends who have sustained me throughout this process. So, I look fine. Everything is fine. Life is good, but it could be real different.
Yeah.
It could be real different.
Definitely. Well, praise God for that, and thank you all friends and family
No,
for
for
looking out
real.
for my girl.
Yes, I'm so, no, I'm
Absolutely,
serious.
I'm serious too.
Yeah, I ain't lost a pound. I'm eating good still, y'all. Thank you. But no, going back to those,
There's multiple streams.
yeah.
So, well, one of the streams, of course, is my book. I actually wrote the book when I was still in network marketing because I needed a tool that I could use to like recruit more people. Because even though I was making great money in the industry, like when I was sitting down with like certain people, like lawyers and doctors, sometimes they're like, that's not real business. And so I needed a way that people would basically respect me as an entrepreneur. So I wrote that book. So I make money with my book. I make money with my t-shirts. I make money speaking. I make money coaching. And if I wake up and want to do something else, like I've come into the place where I'm always looking for additional ways to make money, and especially passive. Now, let me add this in, right? So multiple streams, where most people mess up is they try to build multiple businesses that require all of their time.
Yeah.
So
requires them to be there in labor.
Exactly. So in exchange of your time, you get paid. So for example, like you do hair, and then let's say you want to be a real estate agent, and then you want to do massages. All of them require your time, right? But what we need to learn how to do, y'all, is take the one business and turn that into multiple streams. Doing hair, there's so many things you could do. Number one, you could create a t-shirt line, but it wouldn't be named after your business. It would be something in conjunction to hair. Like, I'm always fly, flashy, and whatever, fabulous, right? So when somebody get their hair done, girl, you need to get this flashy, fabulous shirt because you're looking real fly, right? And then you also now, and then you have two different customers because, depending on how long you've been doing hair, you have your customers that you do hair for, but you also have other people who are in the hair industry that may need something that you know how to do, whether it's a specific style or maybe you just simply know how to get repeat customers. That's a big deal, especially in a space where, hair, makeup, anything that's like a luxury type of business, right? So you might create a whole course teaching people how to get repeat customers, which I actually had a young lady who wrote a book, how to be able to get, repeat customers. And she started doing free workshops at libraries. Then she started transitioning over to people's salons, Mondays and stuff like that, and doing free workshops. And she was enrolling people into her coaching program. So that's a way of how you can take, what it is you do as service and educate. You can also create your own hair products, which a lot of people that are, they're starting to do. They're creating, whether it's hair products, skin products, the whole shebang, right? So there's all types of ways that you can build multiple streams of income. And then when you think about hair, why do people get their hair done? Because they want to be beautiful. So why can't you find other products that are in conjunction with being beautiful and make money with that too? It's a one-stop shop, right? True. So that's just an example. But we could do all types of stuff. Say you're a massage therapist. You could sell oils. You can sell meditation music. You can sell, of course, you can write a book about how to be happy. I remember one time when I was going through depression, which I talk about a lot. I actually wrote a book about depression. I was trying to find people, and I went to psychiatrists, and I went to this happy lady. I don't even know. They called her the happy doctor, right? Honey, after sitting with her for 30 minutes, I done spent $500 for some happy pills. They were like these clear little pills. I really don't think they were nothing. I think they were placebos, seriously, because it didn't change. Nothing change. I was like, when is it going to kick in? But needless to say, she had built multiple streams because people wanted to be happy. And so
they wanted to be happy so bad they were willing to buy anything.
And subconsciously, you thinking like these happy pills gonna make me happy because you are in control of your happiness. That's what I had to realize. I wanted to be in that stink space. I personally wanted to because I was upset. I'm heartbroken. I lost friends and business was fine. So I wanted to be upset. So I let myself. And then the more you do it, the more you program yourself to really believe that you're depressed.
There's definitely multiple streams of income in every business. Even for me, myself, at the salon, of course, I'm a hairstylist. Have a salon, so I have booth renters who pay booth rent.
There you go.
Sell hair.
There you go.
I sell hair, whether I'm there or not, hair gets sold. We sell hair products.
Yep.
I do business consulting. Not business. I do business consulting, but I also do beauty consulting. So like photo shoots and marketing and branding. Okay. So things of that nature. So I'm definitely able to build up different streams of income. But again, like I said, those additional streams are nice. They're bonuses, but it's nothing like being behind that chair for me.
Right.
So now for me, I'm just trying to find out ways to expand those other things so they can be as lucrative as being behind the chair.
Why don't you host workshops at your salon? You
I-
already
we
got a
do.
space.
We
Okay,
host
yep.
workshops.
And
I
then
do
you got to make the
classes.
off. And then you make offers at your classes.
We had a class actually when I did my retreat in March. When I was in the Woodlands, someone was at the shop doing a class. So we rent out the space for that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, no, we
Oh, and then there's another stream, renting out your space too, right? So you can reach out to other like people like me who do workshops and say, hey, you can
We
come
rent out
and
the
use
space.
my spot.
We do.
You know, we have a network of people too. And then what you do is like this, you say, look, and if you make an offer, because I'm a pitcher, I'm not a motivational speaker. So if you have me come speak, I'm gonna probably talk to you about some topic, but I'm making an offer at the end. And let's just say my offer is $997. That's like one of my lower ticket items. You say, well, look, everyone you sell, I'm gonna need to get, 30-40%. Now you're making more money because you have people and you're letting them come into the space to use it, but you're really making more money from the offers.
commission. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Come
coins.
on. All right, come on. Get
Yeah.
me together.
Girl, let me know when you're ready. I come pull up now.
Yeah,
Pull
get
up.
me together. Yes. So we have this event Sunday.
Yes.
When is your next event?
The next event is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. This is our Urban CEO Conference, and this is going to be a 3-day event. Okay, that's October the 11th, 12th, and 13th. So we're not yet selling tickets for that because we want to get this summit out the way. But we will make the official announcement at the summit here in Houston, Texas.
So if people purchase at the summit, is there going to be a deal? If they purchase
You better know it.
Okay,
You bet-
exactly.
Heck
And
yeah.
it's a 3-day event, so you're gonna have different speakers, panelists,
Yes.
educators teaching classes throughout.
Right, because while the panel is going to be great, I mean, our panels are going to be speaking for 30 minutes. You really can't learn everything, right?
Full
Like,
immersion.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a little taste. Like, we're giving you a little taste,
Yeah.
right? And so we want to make sure now it's going to be the Friday night is going to be a ceremony. So black tie gala, like we're going to be dressed up, real fly. Yes, come through, right? And then Saturday and Sunday is where we're going to have the breakout workshops where we have professionals from, talking about things we need to do for credit, talking about, just different ways to make money. We will have panel discussions. So it will be an educational Saturday and Sunday event, not just motivational, but educational.
Awesome. So it was great speaking with you today. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm looking forward to actually connecting with you more. Thank you for reaching out. I'm Nikita Ross. This is Taurea. Please, guys, follow her on Instagram.
Yes, follow me. If you follow me and mention that you saw this, I might have a special deal for you for the summit.
What's your Instagram handle?
Vision Avant. I'm serious. It's going to be something you're going to be like mad if you don't do it. So go follow me and let me know that you heard this interview.
All right. Urban CEO Network. Until next time, have a great day.